First of all, there is a deeply ingrained notion of American exceptionalism. We are democratic. We believe in equality. We believe in opportunity. This is the land of those things. So therefore, there is a tendency to forget about aspects of our history which don't fit that pattern. Most people don't have a very complex or deep understanding of American history. We'd forget that at the very moment that the Declaration was adopted, there were 500,000 slaves in these 13 states. We forget that the Constitution, which establishes our framework of government, also protected slavery. After the Civil War, during the Reconstruction period, for the first time in our history, African Americans gained the rights of citizenship. They got the right to vote in very large numbers. This was a radical change in the functioning of American democracy, and it led to a violent backlash. The Ku Klux Klan, violent groups like that. People don't tend to emphasize that because it doesn't fit the image that we want to have of the greatness of our own country. I think it's indisputable that race, in one form or another, played a major role in President-elect Trump's victory.
Now it's time for America to bind the wounds of division. Have to get together.
Trump's campaign, which dealt with many issues and appealed to many kinds of voters, part of its appeal was xenophobia, that is hostility to immigrants, hostility to Muslims.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States.
Outrageous statements about black Americans.
African Americans, Hispanics are living in hell because it's so dangerous. You walk down the street, you get shot.
It's not up to me. He started out his presidency, pretty much the first words out of his mouth were, "I want to be a president for all races and religions." Brian Lanza put out a statement last night denouncing all racism on behalf of the administration.
This is not the whole story, but it is part of the story. And I think one of the problems nowadays is that the news media has tended, since the election, to sort of begin the process of normalizing President-elect Trump. He's just another politician, and normalizing in an odd sort of way white supremacy. He doesn't denounce Mexicans as rapists anymore. He doesn't say that every black community is just besotted with crime and destruction. But nonetheless, it's important to remember the kind of campaign he ran, because it has, I think, sparked very, very unfortunate impulses in parts of the country among some of his supporters. Whether there's a pattern of cycles or anything, I'm not sure, but it certainly is the case that moments of great advancement for African Americans have led to resentment and backlash on the part of whites. It happened after the Civil Rights Revolution. It happened after the Civil War and Reconstruction. From the very beginning, Obama in the Oval Office sparked deep resentments among some people.
We provided additional information today about the site of my birth.
No other president has ever been forced to reveal his birth certificate. The idea that Obama wasn't born in the United States, he wasn't really an American. And that's because of his race. No one asked George W. Bush where he was born. He's a white guy. Everyone knows who he is. People want a comforting history. There's no question that race was part of this campaign in a more dramatic way than it has been for many years. And I think if we forget about that, we will be missing something important that's going on in our society.